Helen Mirren, or Dame Helen Mirren to give her proper title, has been displaying her ample talents on stage, screen and television for over 40 years. And like a fine wine, she's maturing to perfection.
Have we shown you how to start a nuclear war yet?
Her portrayal of Her Royal Highness in The Queen reigned supreme at this year's award season and finally saw Dame Helen crowned with a much-coveted Oscar.
Don't call me Mum, I'm not the bloody Queen.
And on the small screen, she recently made her final foray into the world of DSI Jane Tennyson, whom she's made one of British television's most popular and iconic characters.
Whatever you do, do not hire a stripper for the party.
No stranger to controversy, Mirren has frequently bared all when the role requires, but she's always played down her status as a sex symbol, claiming she's famous for being cool about not being gorgeous.
I want to lick every inch of you.
Well, while many of us would disagree with that assessment, it's the intelligence and high standard of performance she brings to every role which have made her a British and Hollywood great.
She's one of those people where she walks in the room and everyone goes, oh. Ooh.
She has a kind of a spontaneity and a daring and a boldness. You know, she has balls.
I don't think there's any part of the human experience that Helen doesn't feel comfortable with. Kind of generally an attitude which you could describe as if they can't take a joke.
She's genuinely a very sexual person, and I think that oozes from every pore.
Yeah, she's got it. In spades. Dame Helen Mirren, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes, please.
Thank you so much. Dame Helen, or Helen, I'm never sure.
Helen.
I'm thrilled that we're having a talk because I'm a huge fan of your work, and I'm delighted that you seem to be getting the plaudits and the praise from just about everyone on the planet since The Queen, which has been just a knockout success. Were you surprised that it's become the hit it has? Because I know not just in this country but in America they've really gone for it.
Not only in America but all over the world, actually. You know, the good films have this sort of weird universal appeal, and certainly the film of The Queen does, although it's about such a tiny microcosm of a tiny country.
Set in the summer of 1997, the film focuses on the royals' response to the death of Princess Diana and the Queen's relationship with the new Prime Minister, Tony Blair.
Can you imagine I'm going to drop everything and come down to London before I attend to my grandchildren who've just lost their mother? Then you're mistaken. I doubt there is anyone who knows the British people more than I do, Mr. Blair, nor who has greater faith in their wisdom and judgment. And it is my belief that they will any moment reject this mood, which is being stirred up by the press, in favour of a period of restrained grief and sober private mourning.
How do you approach playing someone like that when you're playing someone who's still alive, but also there is a kind of perception as to what she might be like, whether that's accurate or not?
Oh, well, first of all, with utter terror and intimidation and fear. I'm not a very good mimic, so I didn't know whether I'd ever achieve just the impersonation side of it. I didn't know whether I'd get the voice right, and I had a wonderful, brilliant voice coach, and that was the place to start, was with the voice, and bit by bit you build it up. So when I walked on the set and in my costume and everything, it was very strange. It was sort of like getting into a nice warm bath. I felt very comfortable there. I'd come to appreciate the woman who is the Queen in a very different way to how I'd thought about her, 5 months before.